are going to talk about blockchain in financial services. My name is Jasmine and this is my ID card. So my roll number is 231099478. So let's talk about what is blockchain in financial services. So what is blockchain? From its name, it is very clear that it is a chain of blocks which contain records, transaction records, and these days the most important and popular thing is being the cryptocurrencies. This is what the it has formed the basis for the cryptocurrencies, and also blockchain technology has gained so much attention in the banking sector as it provides the security, verifiable authentication, financial transactions. It is also evidenced by the rise of cryptocurrencies. This is very beneficial technology for the users these days. I will give you a quick example of this technology. Like these days, we share the Google document, and it makes an archive and offer it with the gathering of individuals where the report is not replicated or copied, which is a very good example of blockchain technology, because here the transparency has come, because everyone can witness the continuous change in the document and no one will be able to change it again. This is what blockchain offers to the users. So let's talk about the decentralized nature of the blockchain, which is the most important uh, facility provided by the blockchain. So, what is the decentralized nature? Like these days, the decentralized nature is very popular because in previous times people were used to the centralized nature, which was not very secure and verifiable because people won't know whoever has done the change to the documents and how the transaction has been done, who has taken their money out from their account. Like this was all about a centralized system. So blockchain has introduced the decentralized nature, like it operates on a decentralized network where identical copies of a ledger are maintained across our network of computers. Means like there are so many ledgers which are being maintained on a computer, and this is not like a copy is being sent to the another user. This ensures the transparency and trustworthiness. Means here the user can trust that this is the original document and no one will be able to change once he or she has done the change in this. So this change is then duplicated and distributed across a network of computers, which make it nearly impossible to alter or delete the information. This is what the decentralization provides us with. So in this picture, you can see that how the blockchain works. Blockchain, each block has the address of previous block. That's how the chain works. Even if one of the blocks is not there, means the data is being deleted or manipulated. Then this is the clear significance of transparency that the data has been manipulated. So the blockchain will be broken and the new data will get another entry, another hash, and they will be having another previous hash. So mainly the each block is depend on the previous hash. This is how the chain works in blockchain. So what is the advantage of blockchain technology? Like it has decentralized system, it's the main benefit of it. So why it is important for our life? The answer to this question is very simple. Let's see what and how this is helpful for us. So the first advantage of the blockchain is no third party interference. Means it is not necessary to work with a third party in the organization. Here you work as the central administrator, means you are the governing body of that blockchain function, and uh, decisions can make jointly in this. Like there will be no need for third party and there will be no need to change the document by one person. Only the person who has to change can work as the governing body of the document and do all changes on behalf of everyone. And second one is security and immutability. Blockchain has its storage database that are less vulnerable to hacking and accessing data. It has also increased the reliability of database, like there is no chance to get hacked in compare of the previous ones. It is very much security, proof, uh, and the immutable means there will be like kind of impossible to change the data once inserted in it. Third one is verifiable, that you get the proof of authenticity and validity, that you have done the transaction and this is the proof of that this person has the transaction with this ID, this is the hash, and everything he done has done with that. So it is very very verifiable, security, and with no third party interference. So let's talk about the uh, advantages in very brief picture. So let's talk about the disadvantages of the blockchain. The main disadvantages of the blockchain, that is the high energy power consumptions. Like how it is high power because each node repeats the achievement of consensus. Like each time it iterates, that each time it will consume more power. The second thing is that computer powers validate the transactions also, and this also is giving extreme level of fault tolerance, which makes the data stored on blockchain and it also forever unchangeable and censorship resistant. The second thing is higher cost. Most of its cost is being done on its higher energy consumptions. Like that average cost of the transaction is between 75 and $160. So this is also higher cost, and it is mainly done on the energy consumption of the blockchain. Then it comes to the 51% attack, like the proof of work consensus algorithms, in that there is a major threat of 51% attack, where the one MET of 51 control over the 50% of the network's hashing power. So this is also the main disadvantage of the blockchain. So now come to the domain in financial services. In financial services, the blockchain technology is known as fintech. But it is firstly developed by the distributed ledgers for bitcoins. Like for sometimes blockchain technology was overshadowed by the Bitcoin phenomena, but over the time it come over, and blockchain is now become the one of the most promising technology in the overall of fintech, means in financial sector. It has gained so much attention, so that it has been a very it has been provided a very distributed and very decentralized ledger for all of the working on transaction network records. So let's talk more about the fintech. Like fintech is a combination of technology and financial services, and like it is works in the digitization of financial processes. Like it is particularly banking and financial institutes, where the research have identified that fintech as a technology enables of finance industries. Like there is further crowding as blockchain and crowdfunding as subset of fintech. This is one of the subset and sets of the fintech, which is very very wide and uh, hotels the transaction report networks in the numerous things in future. The challenges is, are the many research gaps that can be addressed in the futures. And the first challenge is faced in blockchain is the inefficient consensus. Like the current consensus mechanism, like proof of work, are resource intensive and can lead to network congestion also. And this is the disadvantage we have seen. The higher energy consumptions is need to be addressed in order to make it more efficient. And the second one is Bitcoin API utilization challenge. Means the challenges lies in the complexity of interacting with the Bitcoin blockchain, like where it hinders the developers from leveraging its full potential. Like this is still not studied fully, and it has some cryptographic key management absence also with the documentation and user friendly tools. Like there is not much developed. We can only use the 25% of the Bitcoin API these days, because 75% is not being studied fully, so that we could use the potential of. The third one is empirical validation of blockchain adoption decision model. Like there is an absence of real world confirmation for decision frameworks in the adoption, like which stand as a substantial void in ongoing studies. Like there is a need for addressing this gap. like in particular practical settings to access their accuracy and usefulness to identify challenges in this model accordingly. So here the solution refer to the future scope of the challenges we have seen in our blockchain. So the first solution for the consensus mechanism is to explore the alternative mechanisms such as if we these days we are using proof of work, then the alternative mechanism can be proof of stake, proof of elapsed time, or practical Byzantine fault tolerance. It will increase the efficiency and scalability of the platform. And second solution we can do in this that we should investigate to hybrid consensus models, like we should not be adhered to the consensus mechanism. Also, there are also hybrid consensus model that combine different mechanisms, not the single one, different mechanism to leverage their respective strengths and mitigate the weakness also, like collaborative efforts between developer and researchers. So the second our challenge was the Bitcoin API utilization challenge. So this can be mitigated by addressing Bitcoin uh, simplifying, like a comprehensive documentation and user-friendly tools should be developed to simplify interaction with the blockchain. Like there can be educational resources and training programs that can improve the understanding of blockchain architectures and can give also the cryptographic key management tool. The third one is the empirical validation of blockchain adoption. So this can be one solution is to conduct real-world testing of blockchain adoption, like a standardized evaluation framework would establish best, best practices for assessing effectiveness uh, in industries. Like this involves deploying blockchain in practical settings. By gathering data on performance and reliability, researchers can improve these models for better decision making in future. So this is one of the main uh, uh, research gap to address. So let's talk about the conclusion and conclude our discussion on blockchain in financial services. The blockchain is known as the Internet of Value, where it has the potential to disrupt multiple industries with its decentralized, immutable security and verifiable nature, and there is no need, and it removes the need of middlemen also. And it has become the most compelling area of interest with various startups as well as tech giants, but it can also improve in various sectors by mitigating that challenges we have just discussed in our previous slides. These are the major potential areas of blockchain that would be addressed in future. Like here, the technology is continuously being developed to enable faster transaction speeds and robust, but it can also be more good and emerging technology with artificial intelligence, like it can be integrated into blockchain technology to create new opportunities and transform various sectors. Like it can provide with artificial intelligence, it can provide new opportunities with the workshops and the blockchain technology transaction reports, and then it won't be limited to just transaction networks. It can improve on the AI machine learning levels also. So, blockchain is expected to be widely adopted, which can cause a significant shift in the way business and works in the digital era. So, these are the references of the documents and research papers I have discussed till now. So, this was all. Thank you for listening.